After 31 years of marriage, I have coached many couples, my wife and I, and we have witnessed success and failures of dealing with couples and seeing their wins and some of their losses. My wife and I have also navigated some challenges seasons in our marriage too. I truly believe we know what makes or break a Christian marriage. And I'm about to share some critical and honest advice that you probably won't hear in church because your pastor is either single, he's afraid to talk about it because he doesn't want to be canceled, or I don't know, or not interested in teaching on one of God's most profound covenants called marriage. But I am not afraid because I believe in marriage. I believe it's honorable. I believe it is a God thing because he created it. And if you are a husband or you desire to become one, this might be the most important teaching you hear on social media about marriage and your responsibility as a husband, right? Because what you are about to learn does not come from a textbook or a therapist's office. It comes from the Word of God. It is meant to build you up, to make you stronger, to bring you closer to God and to the truth about your responsibility and assignment as a man. So let's have this conversation. Number one, before you can lead your wife or lead a woman, you must first be led. Yes. You know, in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3, it says that, but I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, the head of the wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. You see, my friend, you cannot lead unless you are led. As a man, you must have a strong spiritual walk with God. This is the pecking order of the kingdom of God. Christ is your most important example of how to love. He is your only model of true masculine leadership and husbandhood. So you have God, you have Christ, you have the husband, then you have the wife, then you have the children. That's the order. That's the pecking order. That's how it's set up in the kingdom of God. And if you have a problem with that, you have a problem with God. Point number two, you are called by God to be a spiritual leader first. I know you've heard it, and it has been said that you are supposed to be a provider and a protector first. That's what society told us, that we must be a provider and a protector. Now, there are important roles, but they're not the most important. They are wrong. That's not the order that God set up. God called you to be a spiritual leader first. That's your most important assignment as a husband. And let me tell you why. Nothing surprises God. God knew that there would come a time in modern society when women would be going to work. It was not God's plan for wives to leave home and go to work. No, it was for men to go out and work and take care of their family. It's for her to be the one to take care of the home. That's the order. That's the principle. But as free will creature, we make decisions and we have to live by those consequences of those decisions. You know, God knew that there was a time coming when women would bring home their own bacon. As a matter of fact, they own the farm and they are the CEO and the chief officers. And I have no problem with that. I grew up with 5 sisters. I respect, I honor women. They are the crown and jewel of creation. But God knew that there would come in a time in the history of humanity when men would not necessarily be the breadwinner, the primary breadwinner anymore. But God did something that most pastors or spiritual leaders and marriage coach or counselors don't talk about. And here is it. Every good, godly woman desire a man that knows how to lead spiritually. There is something about a woman's soul that cannot resist a man who knows how to work and lead. She is wired to desire that kind of responsibility from her husband, because she knows that if her husband is led by God, he is better equipped to love her. He is more relationally and is more emotionally sound. You know, my wife and I work with couples all the time. And one of the things that I hear all the time is the wives complain that my husband don't know how to lead spiritually. And men will say, well, she does not expect me, or she doesn't give me the grace or give me the position to lead. Well, I'm here to tell you that, listen, leadership is not given, it is taken. Yeah. So you have to lead by example. And if she really wants to be a wife, you shouldn't have a problem being a leader in your home. Point number 3, he must lead by example. A man must lead by example. Why? Because you're called by God to be the head. A leader knows the way. A leader goes the way. And a leader must shows the way. And let me break it down to you. You must know the way. It means you must develop wisdom about what makes a marriage work, what makes your family thrive and survive. You need to understand your wife's need, love language, and understand what she brings to the table and the asset that she is to you. And we're going to talk about your wife being an asset later down in one of the points, right? You are called by God to lead. You should study healthy communication style and conflict resolution and have emotional intelligence. This include knowing your family financial well-being and have goals, understanding your child development, have a vision for your family. Create the kind of environment in your home that both your children and your wife can thrive and flourish in. You can't lead your family towards, a vision if you don't have one. The second point is a leader go the way. This means that you must lead by example. This means that you live out the character and behavior that you want to see in your home. If you want respect, then you must be respectful. If you want your children to be honest, then you must be truthful. If you want peace in your home, then you must manage your own emotion. You must demonstrate sacrificial love through your action, through serving your wife, keeping your commitment and prioritizing your family needs. Your wife and your children must watch to see how you handle stress, how you deal with disappointments and conflicts, and learn from what you do more than what you say. And the third point in this is a leader must show the way. It means actively guiding your family. You support your family towards shared values and goals. You have done what you're teaching them. You are not like a travel agent trying to send your spouse and your children places that you've never been, but you teach them because you show them, because you live it, and you teach it because you done it. Your action must speak so loud that your wife and your family don't hear a word coming out of your mouth. You know, I have 2 sons, and I've always tell them, I don't have to tell you how to live. I will live and let you watch me do it. Because you see, being a father is so much easier when you live and lead by that example that you teach. I tell my sons to be good men and don't be cheaters and carry on, because I ain't doing that. I teach them how to be good steward of their money, because that's what we do around here. Number 4, he must be a protector of his wife and family. That's a part of your job. Security is one of the most important things that a woman seeks from a man. Trustworthiness and security is absolutely important to her. Can you protect her? Or you are safest place outside of her relationship with God. A woman always needs security from her husband, from her mother's womb to the tomb. She needs security. First from her father, and then from her father to the husband. That's why when you want to get married to her, you go to her father and ask for her hand in marriage. Her father is the gatekeeper of her heart. He is the protector and her provider. He is her first love. He is the blueprint and the template that she will use to determine how a man is supposed to treat her. So she trusts her father to be a guide in helping to choose the right man for her. A good father who has a great relationship with his daughter can smell a rat from a mile away. He will know whether you are a joker or you are a real dude. I remember when I went to my wife's father's house to ask for her hand in marriage. And he looked at me and he asked me the question, what make you think that you are qualified to marry my daughter? And I was 23 years old at the time. But I knew then that I was a good man. They know my family. I know their family. At the time, I was living in America, and I went back to Jamaica. For those of you who don't know, that's where we're from. You can go look at some of the video about our love story. Look that up and you'll find it. And that is the reason why when her father walked her down the aisle, walked my wife down the aisle, the officiating officer asked the question, who gave this woman to be married to this man? Her father said, I do. At that moment, he is transferring the responsibility of fathering my wife, fathering his daughter now to me. Now I am responsible for loving and protecting her. You are now responsible to protect and love her. Number 5, you must leave and cleave to her. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, it tells us, therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. You are not merging a family. You are no more two, but you are one flesh. When you get married, there is no merger. There is no two family coming together. Your wife family and his family. No. That's not how it works. You're leaving your family. She's leaving her family to create a family so both of you guys can create a family of your own. Merging family is not biblical. It is not Bible. It sounds good, but it's not biblically sound. That doesn't mean that you abandon your family, you don't take care of your parents, and no, that's not what it means. It means that you are now the primary responsible person for your wife. It means that your primary responsibility is to your wife first, not your mother, not your sister, not your brother. You can't be a mama's boy in the marriage. Your mother does not come first anymore. That's when you were single. That's why you leave, because God know that a lot of mothers are a menace and a bad influence in their in their son's marriage. Hello? No one comes before your wife. Only God. I'm married for 31 years and I grew up with 5 sisters. And if I'm going to choose, I am always going to choose my wife. Now, God bless my mother. She went home to be with the Lord in 2016. And, she and my wife had a great relationship. Because I tell my wife that, listen, don't get in no mama drama. Don't put me in between. Don't make me have to compromise. Don't you do that. And I told my sisters, listen, thank God they all get along and everybody knows their role and understand their place. I don't play that game. That's not what life is about. A real man does not let his mother create drama in his family. Talk to me. Number 6, love and sacrifice for her. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 25, it says, husband, love your wife even as Christ so loved the church and gave himself for it. Your job is to love her. This is a sacrificial kind of love. You must be willing to lay down your life for your queen, for your wife, for your woman, for your love, the love of your life. I see a lot of men crying at weddings now. And I'm not sure exactly what that high emotion for. And I believe that man should be expressive in their emotions. I am for it. But I think that some of them are crying because they want to go viral. I think some of y'all are crying because your wife tells you to cry. And if you don't cry, she don't feel like you're really into this whole thing because y'all want to have a viral moment or you want to trend on social media. But I do believe that most of these brothers that are doing it, they ain't doing it for the real deal. They're not. They were told to do it. You like the fancy stuff because that's what social media indoctrinate your brain to be a certain way rather than understanding the real impact of what you are about to get into. Well, if you notice that when you're getting married, you are at the altar waiting for your wife there. There's a reason why you're at the altar. You're there to lay down your life. So if you're going to cry, cry because you're about to lay down your life for her. If you're going to cry, cry because you are now responsible to be her primary provider. If you're going to cry, cry now because you have got to sacrifice your life daily. If you're going to cry, cry now because you are going to forsake all other. Because when you say yes to her, you say no to everyone else. When you say I do to her, you say I don't to everyone else. When you say I will to her, you say I won't to everyone else, because she now become your primary responsibility. So if you're going to cry, cry because of that. Because it's on your shoulder that this marriage and this family is going to be built. So that's a good reason to cry. But if you're doing it just to go viral, my brother, come on now. You better straighten up and fly right. That's not the way to do it, my friend. That's not the way to do it. Number 7, become a practitioner of love. Your wife desires love. That's why God tells husbands to love their wives. The Bible tells us in Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 28, I believe it says that husbands must love their wives as their own body. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. She crave and desire that emotional intimacy and connection. It is one of the reasons why when Adam saw Eve for the first time, Adam looked at Eve and said, "You're bone of my bone, you're flesh of my flesh. I will call you woman because you came out of me." Adam was relating to Eve on a deeper, intimate level. Oh, yes, he did. He was saying that you came out of me. We're one, baby. I am glued to you. I'm connected to you for life. God did not tell her to love her husband because she was created to nurture what the man give her. That's the reason why she is so easy to demonstrate love. Your wife is a fertile ground. Love is natural for a woman who desires to be a wife. Why? Because it is based on how she's treated. So you must become a practitioner of love by practicing loving her every single day. You see, a doctor gets to practice medicine, a lawyer gets to practice law, and a husband gets to practice love. You are the initiator of love. She knows exactly what to take that love, take that initiation, and how to package it and give it back to you. Number 8, treat her like she's equal to you. No woman in their right mind is going to respect a man who think or act like she's lesser than him. God did not make a woman lesser than you. God created her equal. Your role and your responsibility might be different according to God's creative plan and purpose for your life and your responsibility, but that doesn't make her lesser than you by essence of being she's equal to you. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 and 28, and so God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he them, a male and a female. He created them. And in verse 28, it said, and God blessed them. That's the man and the woman. And God gave them. And God said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, and over everything living upon the earth and underneath the earth. God gave them dominion. The man and the woman was given power to rule and to occupy the earth. But all of a sudden, man now wants to rule over woman, and woman wants to rule over man. That's because of your sin nature. It's because our sin nature that allow us to dishonor the assignment. Instead of ruling over the earth, we want to rule over people. Your job is to treat your wife like you're equal because she is. You're equal. Number 9, learn to listen to her. Become a good listener. Don't try to solve her problem every time that she's complaining or talking to you. Sometimes she just wants you to listen. Become a good listener. Listen not to respond, but listen to understand so that you can become more creative, so that you can get the data to make informed decisions as to what you're going to do. So, honey, how can I help you with that? Is there anything that you need me to do? Yes. She values you when you show interest in her. There is nothing more deeper to a woman than a man that knows how to connect to his wife through speaking into her life. Number 10, communicate to her. I often hear people say that a man doesn't know how to communicate. That's a lie. Oh, yes, it is a lie. How can a man sell millions of dollars every day in the stock market to people that they don't know? You make cold contact and cold calls to many people, and you sell retail sales, whether it is cars, whether it is house, whether it is furniture, whatever it is that you're selling, and you talk to strangers, you sell them stuff that they don't even need, and you make millions of dollars every day. And then when you come home, you don't know how to talk to your wife? What kind of game is that? When it comes to your wife, how can you not want to communicate to her? I don't care if that's your personality. You in corporate America and you able to sell a cage to a lion? You sell cage to you sell ice to an Eskimo, as they would say, or you sell honey to a bee. And then when you come home, you don't know to talk to your wife. That's your sin nature trying to tell you that she's not valuable or important enough to have meaningful conversation. When a man knows exactly how to communicate to his wife, let me tell you something. Your words is not just words. Your words have feelings. Your words create experience. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're amazing. You're sexy. You're sweet. You're delicious. You are attractive. I love you. You're a wonderful wife. You're an amazing mother. You have no idea what those kind of words do to her. A man is a good communicator. Do you hear me? So you need to prioritize your time and make it intentional about communicating to the woman of your dream, your love, your wife. You must make it a priority when you come home to speak to her. Number 11, she is your greatest asset. Oh, yes, she is. A man wife is his greatest asset. The Bible tells us in Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21 that he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and of obtained favor from the Lord. You are absolutely indeed favorable. I don't understand how a man doesn't take the time to speak into his wife. Her womb is not just to push out babies, it's not just for sex, it's to help you to give birth to your purpose and to your destiny. When it comes to my wife, I don't make any major decisions without consult with her because I know that she will never give me any advice that will compromise her security, compromise her well-being because it is valuable to her. Your wife is valuable and you're not speaking to her. I don't want to say shame on you, but I'm going to say shame on you. You got to speak. You got to trust the asset that God has given you. She can take $1 and turn it into $10. She has a womb for a reason. She's an incubator. She's your seed carrier. You have visions, dream, and aspiration, and you don't share it with your wife? Come on, man. What are you thinking? Number 12, address problems with care. As a husband, you must address problems with care. Don't be aggressive. Don't be hostile towards your wife, even when she does or say things that you don't like. Talk about it with love. You know, we must be quick to listen. We must slow to speak and we must slow to become in anger. That's the word of God. So you've got to be mindful of that. Number 13, be the man your daughter would love to marry. Be the kind of man that your daughter can't wait to grow up and get married to because you are the gatekeeper to her soul. I said that earlier. And see, she will learn exactly how a man is supposed to love and treat her based on how you love and treat her mother. Yes, she's watching, she's learning, she's absorbing everything. Number 14, become the kind of man that your son wants to be when he grow up. When my son said, Daddy, I want to be just like you when I grow up, I take that as an honor. I really do. It is critical for you to live by example. There is nothing better way to honor your marriage than to respect and honor your marriage and your family. Number 15, be a good steward of your money. You must become a good steward of what God bless you with. It's your right. As a leader, your wife should not have to worry about you wasting your hard-earned money. It's not your money, it is the marriage money. You can't buy in things that you can't afford and to doing things that you can't afford to do. No, that's not how you roll, my friend. You got to respect that, and you have to make sure that you're not wasting your finances, you're not wasting your money. Do you work hard? Yes. Do you come home with the bread? Yes. Give it to your wife. Both of you guys work and build a life together. Proverbs tell us that we must owe no man nothing but to love them, that the rich rule over the poor, but the borrower is a slave to the lender. Don't be a slave to anyone when it comes to your finances. And my friend, those are the 15 things that I want to share with you. And if this has been a blessing to you, then please do us a favor. And I want you to hit that like button. I would like to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think? And if you guys like to learn more about our coaching program, or marriage makeover coaching, where I teach men and I teach couples, it's not just for men. It is for both husband and wife, how to become a better version of yourself. We use what we call the grace formula, the grace framework that will help you to build a better marriage. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I pray and trust that you're blessed, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.